Namaste everyone, I am Sapna Rana Rawat, and in this video I am going to demonstrate and will be practicing the yogic Sukshma Kriyas for the lower body. But before we begin with the lower body yogic Kriyas, I am also going to demonstrate 2 empty stomach yogic Kriyas that will be very effective for keeping your stomach healthy. The first Kriya is Agnisar. Agnisar is known to stimulate the digestive fire. As said, these practices are the early morning exercises, empty stomach exercises, so never attempt it in the evening. Always practice these Kriyas in the morning before you eat or drink anything. Okay, let's take the position of the Kriyas. The practice position of both the Kriyas are the same. Separate your feet, keep it at the shoulder level distance. Now, inhale in the center deep. As you exhale, squeeze your belly in, push the middle of the thigh and bend your knee. As you take the position, pump your stomach in and out, retaining your breath outside. So while pumping your stomach in and out, you are not breathing in and out. Once you are done, release and relax. So just recall what all you did in this movement. When you inhaled in the center, I inhaled in the center deeply, exhaled rapidly, I squeezed my belly in, I pushed my middle of the thigh, bending the knee and holding the breath outside. I was pumping my stomach in and out. Let's do the same Kriya one more time. Inhale in the center deep. Exhale rapidly, squeeze your belly in, push the middle of the thigh and pump your stomach in and out. Holding the breath, pump for as long as you are comfortable. Once you are done, release and relax. Practice this 3 to 5 times depending on your comfort zone for the best results. Now we'll move forward with Nauli Kriya. This could be difficult in the beginning. You may not be able to do it now. So just understand this movement. Slowly as you keep on practicing, you will be able to do it one day. So as I said, the practice position will remain same. You are going to maintain same distance between your feet as you did in the previous one. Inhale deep in the center, looking straight at your eye level. Exhale rapidly, squeeze your belly in and pump. Not pump, but basically you are pushing the middle of the thigh and creating Nauli. Basically you are isolating your abdominal muscles and then pushing it in the front, creating a cavity on the right side and the left side. That was center Nauli. Now I am going to show you the Vama Nauli and Dakshin Nauli, where basically we create the Nauli, the cavity in the side, and learn to churn the abdominal muscles in the circular motion. See, here the cavity is being formed on the right side and the abdominal muscles are moved on the left. Just do it for a few rounds and then I have reversed the movement now. Now the cavity is being formed on the left side and the abdominal muscles are isolated and pushed on the right side. Okay, now I'm going to merge everything and show you one more round wherein you will see the center Nauli, the Madhyam Nauli first and then the Vama Nauli, then the Dakshin Nauli back to back. Inhale deep, exhale rapidly, squeeze your belly in and see isolation here, right and left both, and then the Nauli is in the center. Now it is moving right to left, Here the cavity is being formed on the right side. Now you see the movement has been reversed. Once you are done, release and relax. As said, this requires a lot of practice. It took me almost 6 to 8 months basically to learn this Kriya. If you want to learn Nauli, first practice Agnisar properly. In Agnisar, you should be able to pump your stomach at least 32 times, retaining the breath outside. If you are able to do that, along with that, learn Udyan Bandh. If you are able to do Udyan Bandh perfectly, then you can start learning or practicing Nauli. Unless you learn Udyan Bandh and improve your Agnisar Kriya, you cannot start the Nauli practice. So yeah, master those two Kriyas and then attempt Nauli, which is an excellent Kriya to relieve all your stomach issues. Now we'll move forward with the Kriyas for the lower body. The first one, Jangha Shakti Vikasa Kriya. For this one, separate your legs as much as you are comfortable. Now here what happens is, it is a dynamic Kriya. As you open your legs, your arms will also be opening. As you close your legs, the arms will get back to the original position. Inhale as you open your legs and arms. Exhale as you close. Remember, the arm should not be touching your head or each other or the thigh. Go as fast as you are comfortable. Inhale open, exhale close. Practice at least 20 rounds and then relax. Now we are going to repeat a similar movement, but here the breath will be reversing. When you open your arms and legs, you will exhale. When you close, you will inhale. So physical movement will remain same. The breath will reverse. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go on. Go as fast as you are comfortable. Practice 20 rounds and then relax. That was Jangha Shakti Vikasa Kriya number 2. Padmul Shakti Vikasa Kriya. For this one, you are going to keep your feet together. Look straight at your eye level. Keep your body straight. With normal breathing, you are going to move your heels up and down. Up and down. Practice this at least 20 times and then relax. Pindali Shakti Vikasa Kriya. Here, clench your fist, thumb goes in, fold it with the 4 fingers. Keep your feet together in this one. Extend your arms forward. With inhalation, go down as much as you can. Come up holding the breath. Rotate your arm backward and exhale, releasing the arms down. I'll show you from the front. Feet together, heels should be in the contact with the floor throughout. So, as you inhale, you bend down. Holding the breath, come up, rotate your arm backward and exhale, releasing the arms down. Remember, do not release your fingers. Throughout the movement, you need to hold your fist tight. Inhale, bend down, come up, rotate your arm backward, and then exhale, releasing the arms down. Practice this at least 15 rounds and then relax. We have covered the yogic Sukshma Kriyas for the lower body. Now I am going to quickly brief you on the benefits of these Kriyas. Thank you for practicing with me. If you are practicing yogic Sukshma Kriyas, the upper body, lower body, together with the Sthula Kriyas, you will see a drastic change in your energy level. Whatever be your working number of hours, you will feel you are not getting tired. You will never be low in the energy. The stiffness from the body will start to reduce. You will feel your body is gaining flexibility. The issues like frozen shoulders and all that will start to reduce, and you will start feeling better. You will start feeling lighter in the body. And when combined with the Sthula Kriyas, your body fat, extra body fat will start to reduce, and you will start feeling lighter, as said. And there are few Kriyas like the Kati Shakti Vikasa Kriyas and Sarvanga Pushti Kriya, which also improves the height, body height. And there are the Sthula Vyayam, basically they also improves the body toning. They improves the body toning, body strength, body stamina. So overall the health of the physical body improves. The health of the mental mind improves. Your mind will feel calmer. You will start feeling that you are more productive at work. You will sleep better. Your sleep pattern will change. You will start feeling that you are sleeping better. You are sleeping. You are getting that sound sleep that you have been missing for years. So in every aspect, it plays a very important role. Your digestive system, if you are practicing the yogic kriyas, the empty stomach kriyas that I demonstrated, like Agnisar, that will start to improve your metabolism. You'll start feeling that you're able to digest food better. And so if you see, it works on the overall health and development of the physical body. It calms your mind, and these kriyas are so gentle that it works in most of the diseased body also. But again, it's always safer and better to consult a yoga therapist before you practice any kriya or any yogic practice on your own. So if you're suffering from any health issue and that's quite severe, like slip disc and all, always consult a yoga therapist, because some movements may not be ideal, may not be advisable for you. So yeah, with that note, I conclude this session. I hope this was productive, this was helpful. You learned something from this session. Thank you so much for your time. Namaste.